Well, hello there, my beautiful warrior goddesses. How are you all? I hoped you missed me. We weren't live here inside the tribe community or on the podcast last week because I was on holiday. So therefore, couldn't come live. But I'm really excited to chat with you and connect with everybody today as we do the last of our TTT on the GGGs for a while. That's Top Tip Tuesday on the Goddess Got Goals podcast and here inside, live inside the Warrior Goddess Tribe community. Because next week I have got some amazing new content for you. If you don't already know, my book Burned will be out, and we're going to take you through a special mini bonus series, a 6-week series called Witch Work. And I'm really excited to share that with you. So make sure you tune in next Tuesday for that. And it'll be a resource. There will be interactivity. It's going to be really cool, if I do say so myself. But we're going to get stuck into today's TTT. So the TTT on the GGG today is 3 simple ways to eat more protein in midlife. I know. I bang on about protein all the time. But what I've realized is you're not listening. Or you maybe are, but you've still got some hang-ups about what that actually looks like and how to make that work. So if I could change one thing about the way women eat in midlife, it would be this. Eat more protein, right? Not because it's trendy. I have been talking about eating protein for about the last 15 years. And it's not because I'm trying to turn you into bodybuilders. That's not it either. But because protein is one of the most important nutrients for protecting your muscle. Hello, we talked about sarcopenia, supporting healthy aging, keeping you fuller for longer, and helping your body to recover, but also for body shape change. If you're looking to rebuild that lean muscle and also want fat loss, specifically around your midsection, you need to fuel your body more accurately, more appropriately, and you need to give it more protein. But the problem is women don't eat enough, right? So I'm going to give you 3 easy tips to increase your protein without making life more complicated, because that's what we try to do on Sexy Strong the Island, and that's what I'm going to do for you today. So here we go. Tip number 1, start your day with protein. Most breakfasts come carb heavy. If it's not toast or cereal or croissants or porridge just on its own, so we got to ask yourself, where is the protein? You want to aim for 30 grams of protein at every meal. And generally, with breakfast, I aim higher. I try to aim for 40 to 50 grams of protein. Now, you're probably saying to me, Lisa, that's too much. It's not. Your body doesn't know what one meal is. Now, the only caveat that I have for this is if you do have a kidney issue, that's a separate thing. Now, how many women do I talk to in my communities that actually have an issue with their kidneys, that eating 50 grams of protein or between 40 and 50 grams of protein in breakfast would do harm? We're talking less than 1%. Okay? So that's not the issue, right? It's not. So your body doesn't know how much it consumes over one meal. It generally helps, it actually knows better over a day and even more so over a week. Okay. So all the studies and all the research that are actually done on midlife women say that the higher that we eat first thing in the morning, the better it sets our whole entire day up. Okay. So ideas for you to do that are 4 eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, a protein smoothie, aka the Prudy. I did it on the Wellness Alchemy Kitchen on my stories on Instagram and Facebook today. Make sure you check it out. Tofu scramble for my plant-based warrior goddesses, smoked salmon, or indeed leftover dinner, right? Your body doesn't know what meal it is, right? And it's really interesting. When I watch the men in my life eat breakfast, they don't eat what we would call breakfast foods, which, by the way, are the best foods. I mean, brunch is life for me, right? I love me some breakfast foods. But yeah, they don't know. So eat whatever you can. I mean, I know a lot of my friends in the fitness industry eat tofu scramble with vegetables, right? For breakfast. As I said, I'm a brunch person, so I like me some eggs or a protein smoothie. I like to put some halloumi in there sometimes, maybe some cottage cheese, some lovely avocado. That's what, right? And that works for you. So starting the day with protein helps support muscle protein synthesis early on. But you know what else it does? Are you ready? It boosts your metabolism by up to 30%. Why do we want to boost metabolisms? That's going to help you with the fat loss equation, right? The more active and more efficient your metabolism is, the more your body becomes a fat burning machine. And we want that for midlife too. Okay, top tip number 2, build every meal around protein. Instead of asking, what am I having for dinner? Where's my protein? What's my protein on my plate? Inside, sorry, that's Happy Dog eating his bone. Inside Sexy Strong the Island, we create power bowls, and our power bowls are built around protein. Protein first, then add your veggies, then your healthy fat, and carbohydrates are there to support your goals based on if you've done a workout and been, working your muscles and you need to rebuild those and refuel them. Protein becomes the foundation instead of the afterthought. And it's one of the simplest mindset shifts you can make. So building your bowls around 30 grams of protein, what does that look like? It's about 150 grams of major protein sources. Chicken, for the meat eaters, chicken, fat, and fish, right? So salmon's really good. Some of the white fishes are good. Tuna's really good. Lamb, chicken, beef, right? Those are kind of the ones that are the best. Turkey's not bad as well, right? So you can make that into a burger. You can just make it as a breast or a steak, right? If you're a vegetarian, that is also 4 to 5 eggs, right? Generally for me, I would have 4 eggs and then something else like a bit of cottage cheese on the side or a bit of halloumi on the side so that I'm getting that, right? Also, that would be tofu, tempeh, right? Paneer is another protein source for vegetarians. If you're a vegan, then it is tofu, tempeh, sunflower mince, TVP are the 4 main sources. Yeah. Okay. And then top tip number 3 is stop trying to chase perfection. One chicken breast at dinner won't magically fix everything, right? Or I had a client go, well, I've been eating high protein for a week. I don't feel any different, right? This is not a magic pill. Protein works best when it's spread across the day, but even more so across the week, and even more so across the month, right? It's consistency. So don't panic about the exact numbers. We're aiming for 30 grams of protein in every meal and maybe an additional shake. So that looks at between 100 grams minimum and 120 grams of protein per day, right? Me, at the size that I am, which is it's about not quite 60 kilos. I don't know what that is in pounds off the top of my head. I would be consuming about 120 to 130 grams of protein every day, right? Because I also have goals to build muscle, change my body shape, and that is what is working. That number works for me, right? So instead of panicking about the numbers, ask yourself, how can I add a little bit more protein here? 1 extra egg, boiled eggs, great as snacks, spoonful of cottage cheese, scramble some tofu, blend soft tofu into sauces, right? Handful of edamame, that also helps. These all help and boost the protein. Yeah. For me, boosting protein. So here's one thing I want to add. One thing I want to add because I think it's something that we tend to get very confused about. There's a difference between boosting some protein and protein sources or foods that contain protein. A protein source is where it's a high dense of protein, which probably comes with fat, but we don't want it coming with a whole big dollop of carbs. So for my vegetarians and vegans, I'm looking at you. Yes, lentils have a lot of protein. Quinoa has a lot of protein, but it comes with an enormous amount of carbs, which in turn is going to spike our insulin and cause that insulin spikes, which in turn is going to make us more insulin resistant, which makes it harder to build muscle and much harder to lose fat. So we want to focus on protein concentrated sources, right? And that is the tofus, the tempehs, sunflower mince, TVP, right? Certain plant-based pea protein or soy protein burgers, but again, we don't want to fall into ultra processed foods, right? Yes, is soy processed? You betcha. But then so is a burger. So what we're trying to do is learn to find the right balance between actually getting the food into our systems, because we don't want to spend hours and hours prepping them. We're really busy. Women are very busy. Midlife women even more so. So Sexy Strong, the island life is about finding that balance, right? We want the protein sources, we want them as natural and single ingredient as possible, but we also understand that sometimes eating is more important than following the rules, right? So the occasional veggie burger that's been made for you is not the end of the world, right? Okay. So remember, consistency beats perfection every time. Small improvements add up. And if you're over, 30 and over 40 and you're trying to lose the fat, build your muscle, improve your energy, and age well, protein is not optional. But the best investments that you can make in your future self is put protein at every single meal and make it easy for you to make that something that just is a non-negotiable every single time. Yeah. And if you want help with those recipes, if you want help with that, you can actually join the Sexy Strong the Island waitlist once more. The waitlist is open back up. The island is closed. We will be opening the island again at some point. I'm trying to figure out where it works best to do that, but right now we're looking after ladies on the island. We want to make sure that they are getting the help and support that they need. But what I'm trying to do is help you with some of the issues that they have coming up, right? Constantly. So I hope that was helpful, right? TTT and the GG is always about giving you the top tips quickly and essentially. But we will be back next week talking specifically about our very special Witch Work series, right? The Burned series. And Burned, the book is going to be dropped on the 13th of July. You can have that now for pre-order. I'm going to put the link in below for just $13. The book will be yours. But we wanted to do this in conjunction with the release of the book. But also, this is something I want to say before we say goodbye on the TTT today, which is that quite often the reason why we don't make these decisions and we find ourselves self-sabotaging is because of core beliefs and core limiting beliefs that stop us from thinking in certain ways, right? This is what Wellness Alchemy is. This is why we're breaking it down into Witch Work. And maybe you want to tune in if you're somebody that feels like they're constantly self-sabotaging their goals, their wellness goals, their health and lifestyle goals. And if you think that there's something stopping you or preventing you from doing that, this is what Witch Work is all about, right? This is what our Curse Breaker series is all about, and helping you to understand the questions, helping you to understand the core beliefs and the self-sabotaging subconscious beliefs that are going on, doing exactly that. So I look forward to seeing you same time, same place on the Goddess Got Goals podcast and here inside our tribe community. I'll drop some links below. I hope that was helpful today, and we'll be back at same time, same place next week. Until then, peace.